Good morning, friends. We're back again with another message from Struggles and Suffering. And today we're going to talk about tough times. And we're experiencing those right now ourselves with the coronavirus and the isolation and social distancing and whatever other terminologies that they come up with. But today's message is about individual, personalized, and how we process it. So, going through this lesson, the very first thing that we need to remember is what Jesus told us, and what was in Scripture in Matthew 7:12, and that is the golden rule. Jesus said, "So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets." And I don't always remember the entire Scripture. But constantly do unto others as you would have done to you. If you want to be nice to them. Don't have a vendetta. Don't look for retaliation opportunities as somebody has crossed you. We've already talked about that. So you want to pray for those people. But when you have a dear friend, a family member, a neighbor, or whatever that's going through some personal struggling times, sometimes it might be best to bite your tongue. What does that mean? Let's just look at Job. And Job's counselors, the history doesn't look favorably upon them. But in actuality, for the first week of Job's troubles, or it says terrible trials, they were exemplary friends. They sat in silence with their devastated friend. They didn't lecture or attempt to speak for God. They simply gave the gift of their presence. They sat silently, and that silence shouted, "We can see that you're hurting. We don't understand. We cannot fix it, but we're here with you and we love you." So sometimes silence is golden. Silence is exactly what your friend or family member needs. It was only when Job began venting and processing out loud his troubles, his suffering, his pain, that his friends started to suggest that Job might have done something to cause this pain and suffering that he is experiencing. So ask yourself, do I find insensitive comments to be comforting? Do I like people preaching at me when I'm suffering? Just remember, what you would like or dislike is probably what the next person's going to like or dislike. So open your eyes and your ears. Paul tells us to look out for the interest of others. And that's in Philippians 2:4. Ask yourself, what tangible act could I do that would be helpful here? Then be observant and pay attention. You might be able to do something such as going to the grocery store, offering to bring a meal, maybe watching a child for an hour or so, providing some housework. Whatever that specific item is that you do could be really big blessings for those who are in who are suffering. But always remember that when it comes time for you to speak, when that door has been open and your friend wants to talk, you must speak the truth. Eventually, everyone that we know will suffer in pain, anguish at some point in their life. And when that time comes, listen to what they're saying. The Bible speaks of Job's hope. And he said, "I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand on the earth." And that's in Job 19:25. The love that our Redeemer has for us is indescribable. He has experienced pain and suffering. He knows what it is like to be in our shoes. And even those sometimes when we're going through this, sometimes as like Job's wife did, she said, curse God and die. And it was, there's going to be some people in your lives who do things like that and who say those things, but who lose faith or patience because we think that this needs to end in now, and it's not our timing. That's something that I'm seeing consistently in these studies is it's not our timing. It's God's timing for everything. So when the time comes, be the bearer of truth and show Christ's love and the freedom of the Spirit in their lives, in your lives. And just know that sometimes being a good friend is just being there quietly, prayerfully, whatever it takes. There's some of us who it takes a little longer for us to come around to process things on our own, to figure out a game plan. Our game plan really should be going to God and just letting Him handle this. So be an encouragement to those who are suffering. It's God's compassion. God is compassionate towards those who are suffering. So petition on their behalf and just be a blessing. So with that, I pray that this message is a blessing to you. You can be a blessing to others. And stay home, stay healthy. And until next time, we love you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.